Hey there, this is the professional amateur, Christian Doyle with your NFR Round 6 recap. Let's just get right into it. Stock name of the night. You tell him I'm coming here, and hell's coming with me. Tombstone, Wyatt Earp, one of the best moves of all time. Vitalix's Wyatt Earp of Surrey Championship Rodeo. Stetson Wright rides his bronc for 89 points. More on that later, but that is stock name of the night. Side note of the night, we have to talk about Wade Sundell again. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. And yes, he got bucked off the Grand Entry horse. I don't think it helped that he actually rode his bronc because he has a fractured vertebrae. And that sucks because he is out of this year's NFR. Sucks for him because there's $27,000 a night up at each round. Also sucks for us because he's so much fun to watch ride broncs. See you soon in 2022, Wade Sundell. Bareback riding. Oren Larson, the guy that I deemed as the coolest cat at this year's NFR, goes 91 points, not only wins the round, but sets the round record. Jess Pope goes 87.5 and actually jumps Casey Field for the top spot in the average. And Cole Franks, I'm going to say it again, what an NFR this guy is having. Newly crowned Rookie of the Year, splits third, and takes sole possession of the third spot in the average. Tim O'Connell and Tilden Hooper, I think they're just having tough NFR. I don't think they're drawing as good of horses as these other guys are, and they're not keeping up with guys like Jess Pope, even Cole Franks, and of course Casey Field. Unless these guys start winning rounds, I don't think there's time for them to win a world championship this year. Taylor Broussard leaves the arena, then gets put on a stretcher, and I'm assuming taken to a hospital. Number one, I hope he's okay. Number two, I hope he's back this year. That is another injury to keep an eye on. There are a lot more injuries as we head into round 7. Steer wrestling. It was a pen of strong steers, but guess who? For the third time this NFR, Dirk Tavener ties his own fastest time of this year with a 3.4 and takes the round win. World number 1, Jacob Talley. Now, he gets a 5th place check, but that no time in round 4 is really killing him in the average. Again, I don't see him win the world unless he starts winning rounds. Tristan Martin, the number 1 in the average, doesn't get money, but keeps his number 1 spot. However, Tyler Wagspack, as I've said all week, just lurking in the shadows. He goes 3-8. He splits second and is now 4th in the average. And then lastly, Cody Devers waves the white flag. He is done with this year's NFR. We all felt bad for him. We all know he's tough. Come back with a vengeance. Cody Devers, we'll see you next year. Team roping. It was Wolfie. It was fast. And it was the most fun round to watch so far this year. NFL rookies Corey Rallman and Douglas Rich not only win the round, but get the fastest time of 2021 with a 3.6. Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins stay on top of the average with a 4.8. And then the headliner, Clay Smith, misses for Jade Corkle. They dropped to 5th in the average. And then, although he was mad about his time, having to take an extra swing, Junior knocks down the steer for Caleb Driggers and himself. And that keeps them at 2nd in the average. And then guess who got another check? Ren Richard and Jeremy Bueller. Fear the beard. Lastly, I have to shout them out because I was hoping they would turn around. Clay Tryon, 3-time world champion, his partner Jake Long have no place in back-to-back rounds. And they kept up with the young guns in the wolfiest, fastest round of this NFR. Good for them. Saddle bronc riding. This was the prettiest, the classiest round to watch so far at this NFR. All the horses were just kind of hoppers, stretching around. All the guys were lifting on the reins, laying back, making their mark out, setting their spurs. Really fun to watch. Not one, not two, but all 3 rights took 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Ryder Wright goes 89.5. Beats his brother by half a point for the 2nd night in a row as Stetson Wright goes 89. And then Spencer goes 87.5 to take that 3rd spot. Brody Kress, Zeke Thurston, Cody DeMoss, Chase Brooks, all top 5 in the average. All make the 8-second mark, but none of them get money. And speaking of those guys, I truly think Zeke, Chase, and Brody have been the best 3 bronc riders at this year's NFR. It's been extremely fun to watch, and I hope it's a battle to the end. Tie-down roping. It was slow, but then it got wicked. Mr. Green Lantern himself, Corey Solomon, goes 7-1, wins the round, blows out the barrier, is perfect on his flank, is perfect on his tie. What a run. And now guess what? He is 2nd in the average. Taylor Schmidt, who is roping like a world champ, gets another check. And guess who doesn't? Shane Hanshey. Now, Shane did make a horse change. He is now riding a gray horse, so we'll see what luck brings him for these next 4 rounds. Speaking of horse change, Weston Hughes took Shane's horse, the Buckskin, and rode him, got 7-6, and took 3rd. And then Haven Medjid, the 2019 world champion, roped like a world champion. He goes 7-4 and takes 2nd. Barrels. It is getting tight. And like a log jam up top. Ivy and her horse, Jaylu, who I've been talking about all week, they take the round win with a 13.43 and tie the fastest time for this year's NFR. Jordan Briggs stays atop of the average with a 5th place finish with a 13.63 run. Haley Kinsel takes another 2nd place. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. It probably isn't, but it sure does feel like it. That Haley's just been pacing sister out, pacing her out. check here, second place here, another second place. In these last 3-4 rounds, we're gonna see Sister start flying. I think Haley's just been pacing Sister out, and I think we're about to see some fast times from those two. Stevie Hillman, gosh dang it, she hit a barrel, dropped her 5th in the average. It's gonna be tough to make up. Posey Tanazi was long with 14.31, but no barrels or anything, so it keeps her in second place. And then I heard the announcers talking about the ground at the first barrel. Maybe there was an issue. A lot of girls were running by it or hitting it, so maybe there was an issue with that ground. I hope they fix it up. I'm sure the riders and everyone talked. We'll see what happens in round 7. Bull riding. Another newly crowned Rookie of the Year, Creek Young. The dude is either all or nothing. He either wins the round or he gets bucked off. And last night, he won the round. He goes 90.5 and wins his second round of this year's NFR. Guess who? Parker Brenning rides another bull. He is now 5 for 6 and stays atop of that average. Stetson, JB, and Boudreaux all buck off, but Sage Kimsey gets 5th with an 83.5 to stay 3rd in the average. A storyline for me, we all need to cheer for Braden Richardson. The guy is a tough 0 for 6 on all his bulls. I'm sure it cannot be a good place to be when you're 0 for 6 at the NFR, but the dude did not make it there by accident, as they've been saying all week. Let's all root for Braden. Let's hope he goes 4 for 4 in these last 4 rounds. That is the round 6 recap. I can't believe it's already round 7. It's weird because it's a very short but long week, or 10 days. Everyone just says week. Enjoy round 7, everybody. See you tomorrow.